Did you know that you can do a slideshow presentation, create it, and actually view it in Canva, similar to a PowerPoint, perhaps that you've made in the past? But Canva just makes it even easier because all of the tools, all the bells and whistles that you need to make it not only flow easily for you and to communicate what you want to communicate, but you can just make it so beautiful with your choice of font and colors and backgrounds. It is easier than you think, but there are a couple of things to keep in mind. So, in this week's video on our Canva series, we're going to talk about creating a slideshow, how you find one in Canva. Once you have it ready to go, what type of file do you download it as? And then how do you upload it wherever it is that you're trying to present it? Does that sound like something that you've wondered about in the past? If so, I think you're going to get a lot out of today's video. I'm Michelle Fox from Boss Babes Online and Boss Babe Academy, and it is my privilege to chat with other women, particularly in network marketing, that are making an effort to understand the online market and to expand their business there. And so we've been talking about Canva. Lots of people have questions on it, and so rather than trying to do a tutorial covering everything, I'm just fielding questions. So if you have a specific question about Canva, please post it in the comments and I will come back and do a video featuring your question. First, we need to create a slideshow. So let's jump into Canva and see what our options are. So once you're in Canva, you can either look for presentation or slideshow. You're pretty much going to see the same templates. And the benefit of using a template is that you're starting with colors and fonts that work together, that have a nice, cohesive, professional look. So it would be awesome if you could find something that just kind of has the vibe that you want. And by vibe, I mean, so this Hello Summer, that's very kind of lighthearted, maybe even for kids. This looks more sophisticated. This is more, scientific, I guess. So there are different flavors. And so you want to consider, what is your presentation about? What is your slideshow about? And sometimes you'll get really lucky and it will not only have the look and feel that you're going for, but it will actually be on the topic that you want, like fashion or makeup. So I was going through here thinking, okay, let's say I wanted to do something about food and I just wasn't seeing anything that was specifically about food. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, what kind of colors do I want for something about food? And I chose this one because I just liked that really nice red. And so we would need to obviously edit it to serve our purposes. And so I would replace this photo here, for example, with maybe something like this, and I just like how that red really pops. So then I need to come in and change, let's see, my fave recipes. Let's add the word healthy text. We'll put that in script. My fave healthy recipes. Make that bigger. Where is it? Man, that is tiny, isn't it? All right. We need a thicker font than that so you can see it. Let's see what our options are here. Try that one. That's not too bad. My fave healthy recipes. Maybe turn it on an angle. I don't know, like this. And I could scooch this over. No, that didn't matter. Something like that. My fave healthy recipes. All right. So each page down here is a different page in your slideshow. So let's say there's a page that you just don't need or want. It's not serving you at all. You can just delete that page. And if you have, what's nice about this is it has a variety of fonts and colors and layouts and everything. So it's giving you lots of really cool ideas. But if you think, okay, I want this cover, and then I just want like 2 or 3 pages where I can explain the recipe and that's it. You just delete what you don't want. I'm not going to go deep into how to edit this because that's not really what this is about. This is more about how do you download it? How do you then show it and that kind of thing. So let's assume that you've gone through, you've edited the things that you want to edit, and now it's ready. So we'll change the name of it up here. We'll call it my food. Let's see, no, my fave healthy recipes. Oh my gosh. Slideshow. All right. We've got a few options here. You can actually present this right in Canva. So when you're creating a video for your audience, like your Facebook followers or your YouTube subscribers, you are going to be either sharing your screen, which that's what this present option is, or you're going to need to use a platform where you're uploading the slideshow. So those are two different things. So let's do the first one as if we're able to share our screen. So we're going to go to present, and we are actually presenting this right in Canva. So if I was in Facebook Live, if I was in StreamYard, I would choose the option to share my screen. And now the audience is looking at whatever's on my screen, which is what you're looking at right now, okay? So then as the person in charge, behind the scenes, I get to decide by clicking through, what page we're on. And so you just make sure that you are in the studio. Let's say it's StreamYard. You want to make sure that you are in the StreamYard studio with your mic on, but you don't want the camera on you. You want the camera to be, or you want, the view to be the screen, sharing your screen. I wanted to call it screenshot, but sharing your screen. So let me say that again. Let's say you wanted to show your screen or your slideshow on Facebook Live or a YouTube video or something. All you need to do is share your screen and then make sure that your screen is showing your slideshow. And the way to do that is to just present it right in Canva. All right, present. Now the whole wide world, if you're sharing your screen, is seeing what your eyeballs are looking at right now. And so you just click through, the different pages of your slideshow. And you get to determine the pace also when you're doing this, which is nice. So that's option one, sharing your screen and presenting it right in Canva. The benefit of that is you're not having to save it anywhere. So you're not requiring a lot of space, a lot of memory. So that's really nice. When I do something like a webinar, I am using a platform that says you need to upload your slideshow. The whole screen share thing isn't always an option. So it's when I do a webinar, it's saying, hey, you need to upload your slideshow. How do I do that? If I'm going to upload and share a slideshow, you might think that you would do it as a video, but actually you do it as a PDF. So here we go. So we want to download. And, Canva knows best. And so it's actually suggesting PDF standard, which is fine. So yeah, that's what we want. We want a PDF standard slideshow. And then let's say we're going to show this, or we're going to create our video in StreamYard. I will show you exactly how that's done. So we're going to save it. All right, now we're going to jump into StreamYard, and you're going to see me because I'm actually doing this right now. So you can see me in this lower corner. This is happening live. Okay. Hi. When you want to just to have the slideshow on without you, then you would add yourself to the stage initially, and then you're going to remove yourself. But what it does is it keeps your audio on. So right now I'm in with my audio and my camera. I'm going to take myself out, but my audio is still going to be there. All right. That is one option. You can also keep yourself in the screen if you want to. So that's kind of a great way to break the ice. If you're not used to having yourself on camera, that it is kind of a good idea. But what we want to do is present that slideshow. And so it's going to ask us for the slides, and it's going to have to be, so I'm going to upload it from my computer. And it's telling you again, we only accept Google Slides, PowerPoint, and PDF. So in other words, not a video. So we're going to upload the one that we just created, upload that. And you can see right here, it's uploading. This is going to be easy as pie. All right. So as soon as it's done processing, we're going to pull it into the screen. I'll show you how to choose whether you're in it or not. So, okay, we're going to add this to the stage. So you can either stay in here and then see how this says slide 1. You can click through to the next slide. This is you in your studio. Okay. Now what your audience sees is just what's in this rectangle. They're not seeing all of this. This is like your behind the scenes stuff. Okay. They're just seeing what is in this rectangle here. So you have to ask yourself, do you want them to only see the slides, or do you want them to see you and the slides? Let's say you conclude that you want them to only see the slides, but you want them to be able to hear your voice, obviously, because you're going to be narrating it. Then you can come up here, or actually down here, and remove yourself. And what happens when you remove yourself is you are taking yourself out of the picture, but your audio is still on. And so I'm going to remove myself. Now, right here, let's say I don't want my audio on for some reason, then I would mute my mic. But in this case, we want it on. Okay. So here we are. We're ready to go. And you can click through, the slides at your own pace. So before you, and here's the thing. So you can practice this. Okay. So like right now, I'm not recording, in this studio. So I've got it up there. I can play around with it, and see if I like how it looks or whatever. And then when you're ready to go, you've practiced, and you're ready to go, you just click on record. And then when that starts, give it a moment. You don't want to start talking before it's ready. And then you can just give your presentation and click through the slides, et cetera, et cetera. And when you're done, you click, end. I can't do it because I'm actually recording in a different studio. Let me show you. That's kind of funny. Here I am in this studio. This is where I am for real. Anyways, and then when you're done, you're done. So let's see. Now we'll take that off for a moment. Well, okay, this is kind of good. This is a learning moment. Okay. So I was sharing my screen with you, and I had a different tab open, which is why I could show you this, the other studio in StreamYard. This may or may not make sense to you. I'll tell you what, you learn by doing. You really do. I'm going to take that off. I knew nothing when I started my online world. I can't stress that enough. Truly, I knew nothing. And every little nuance I learned by either Googling it or going to YouTube and seeing if somebody was showing me how to do it, how to set up my audio, what kind of lights to use. I didn't know even like, okay, so I make a video, but then how do I get it from, wherever I made it, like probably my phone, to Facebook or to YouTube? Like, how does that work exactly? So I understand that there are questions like, many of us have very basic questions. So if I'm not addressing the question that you had about slideshows, please let me know. But in a nutshell, a slideshow is a presentation similar to a PowerPoint. You can go into Canva, choose a template. You can update all of it, the text, the colors, the font, the pictures, whatever you want. Option 1 for presenting a slideshow to your audience is to be right in Canva, to click present, and then it like fills the screen. And then what you would need to do is that whatever studio you're in, you would need to share your screen. So that can be like in a Zoom video, lots of options there. I think you're probably familiar with that. There are some cases where it will ask you to upload your slideshow. So when I do a webinar, it asks me to upload my slideshow. It doesn't give me the option of just sharing my screen. It wants the slideshow uploaded. I'm not sure why. When they're asking you to upload your slideshow, they're not asking for a video. They're asking for a PDF file in most cases. So you're going to download that slideshow as a PDF. Can you download it as a video? Yes, you can. And in that case, you would either be, again, sharing your screen and then just playing the video, or you would need to make sure that you can upload a video. So let's do that. Let's pretend like we're going to save it as a video and upload it as a video instead of a PowerPoint. Let's go back to this. Hold on. Got to share my screen. All right. So we're back to this. This time we're going to download it, but we're going to save it as a video, an MP4 video. All right. Now this takes more space. This takes more memory. It's got more bells and whistles, as I like to say. So that's why in many cases it's better to just upload it as a PDF slideshow. But this time we're just going to see what's what when we do it as a video. So it's going to take a little bit longer to save to my download folder. So we'll wait on that a second. So how am I going to know which one is which if they are both called My Fave Healthy Recipe Slideshow? I'm going to know by the extension. So one of them has a PDF extension. This one has MP4, which means video. So we're going to save it like that. Now we're going to go into my other studio. All right, we're going to remove that. And this time we're going to try to present it as a video. So present. This time we're going to upload it as a video file. All right. And here's my MP4. So we're going to choose that. We're going to open it. I believe that since it is a video, I don't think you have any control over how fast it plays. Let's see. Oh, see, there it goes. So it's doing its own thing. So I guess that would be a difference as well. Like, see, no hands. I'm not controlling how quickly it goes through, but it is its own pace. It is a video, and so you're just playing it start to finish, as opposed to when it's a slideshow in a PDF. You can go page by page as quickly or as slowly as you want, or you can go back. So that is another reason why it might be better for you to set it up as a slideshow. It's whatever works for you. Let's see. So when you're going to present something, you can share your screen, you can present an image, you can present a video file. I have not used Extra Camera. I'm not familiar with that. Or you can do like slides and PDFs. This is just in StreamYard. I know if you're using Zoom, Facebook Live Studio, OBS, you're going to have similar options. But getting back to the whole, you don't necessarily have to know it all before you do it. You really do learn by doing. Yes, it can be frustrating. Yes, you're going to make mistakes. But when you're doing a video like this, okay, let's say it's live and you're struggling. People love to help the underdog. You know what I mean? So like you just say, oh my gosh, I'm having technical difficulties, I'll have to come back or whatever. But honestly, I know it's scary to do stuff live. It is. It's kind of unsettling. But when you connect as a person with your audience, it is like 1,000 times more powerful than coming off as a super polished professional. People want to see you warts and all. And honestly, my whole claim to fame, like my beginning in my online world, was people commenting like, oh my gosh, you're so funny, you're so real, I can't believe that just happened, we're here for you, just whatever, because I was constantly making mistakes, and so I'm laughing at myself, they're joining in with me laughing, and it was just really precious. And I built an audience, I built a loyal audience, because they got to know the real me. They felt my pain when my audio wasn't working or when I lost the connection. I mean, I had so many issues. So if you're live, just work with it. But what I was going to say, if you're not doing it live, if you are creating a slideshow and you are, recording it, and you're going to upload that recording like to YouTube, then you really, no sweat. I mean, you practice, you do it until you like it, and then you save it and you upload it to YouTube. So that's a whole other thing. Like when this video that I'm creating in StreamYard is done, it's saved in StreamYard. I usually upload it into an editing software. I either use iMovie, or more often than not, I use CapCut, CapCut. Make my edits, save it. Now I've got like a new file. Then I go to YouTube and I upload that video into my YouTube channel, onto my YouTube channel. I could also go to Facebook and upload that video to my Facebook page or my Facebook group. The reason why I don't do that is because, like I have said, video files require a lot of space. And so when you're uploading an actual video file to Facebook, it takes a long time for it to upload. And I'm not sure even if when other people watch it, if there might be lags and they might have issues with it because, then it's going to require a certain amount of space on their computer when they're watching it. So that's why when you go live using Facebook's setup, you don't have to deal with that. All right, just you're not worrying with any of that. Same thing when you do a YouTube video, it's all saved on the YouTube servers. And so if I'm going to share a video on Facebook and I'm not live, I upload it to YouTube, and then I share the YouTube link with you, don't I? And that's so that I don't have to upload the video file to Facebook. I feel like I'm talking way over your head. There's going to be those of you that know what I'm talking about. And if you don't worry about it. But just bottom line, you got to start before you're ready when it comes to this stuff. And I know it's scary, but the benefits outweigh the risks. They really do. So hopefully that answered somebody's question about slideshows. I have no idea if that was what you were getting at. So please let me know. And if you have more questions regarding this, go ahead and post them here. I will answer them. But if you have questions specifically about Canva, how it works, if there's something that you're struggling with, you created it, but you don't know, how to get from A to B, let me know, because that's what this series is me answering your specific questions. And if you're not in my Boss Babes group on Facebook, that is a great place to jump in because you can ask questions there anytime. It's Boss Babes Online in Facebook. I'll leave the link in the description of this video. But while I've got you, let's take a quick second and make sure that you have subscribed to this channel. That is one way that you can support me. Our goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. It opens up all kinds of opportunities for us, for me to serve you. And so that's our next goal. So thank you so much for watching. I do have a freebie as a little reward for you. It is also in the description of the video. It is 100 easy ways to get customers and sales. I know you're going to love it. And I guess that's all for now. I will see you in our next video. Thanks for watching.